So now the YouTube is live there. You can see on the screen.
So I just saw a thing saying that it is being streamed on YouTube. I'll still check.
There will be a logo of YouTube somewhere on the screen.
Yes, sir, it is.
It is, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I need to catch up on Zoom. Yeah. Okay. Now we are fine. Uh, yeah, I could also see. Co-host Himali.
Yes, sir.
So, or, or Soumya is there.
No.
Okay. Co-host. Yeah. Okay. मंगलमय मंगल करण वीतराग विज्ञान नमो ताई जाते भये हरिहंतादि महान करि मंगल करि हो महा ग्रंथ करन को काज जाते मिले समाज सब पावे निज पद राज. Chapter 3 is Mangalacharan. सो निज भाव सदा सुखद अपनो करो प्रकाश जो बहुविधि भव दुख निको करिए सत्तानाश. आचार्य कल्प पंडित प्रवर टोडरमलजी's मोक्ष मार्ग प्रकाशक. And we are now on to the third chapter, the end part. The last discussion that we were doing was on general characteristics of miseries. And I think we have not read this, right? We have not read it word by word, but I have explained you in short the whole summary of these miseries. What are, why miseries is so, why desire, not miseries, four kinds of desire, and why desires are so futile. These all discussions we had done, and you must have seen your Viva homework. There also it is on this chapter only. So today's discussion is going to be very important. I gave you last time homework. Have you read this? All of
Yes.
you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So do you have any questions in mind?
No, sir.
Okay. So we will just read it once again, and I will highlight a few more important things into this. And the last question on Viva for exposition on desires. Not on desires, how to get rid of desires, right? How do we apply for exposition for anuyog in eliminating desire, right? So I think that we have not covered, and today we are going to cover. But if anybody would have thought about it, you can share your answer. No
So
one?
may I speak?
Yeah.
So as it is said in this uh, topic on the general characteristics of miseries, that
Right.
that these desires absolutely make no sense because um, when you have the desire, you may not have the means, and
Right.
also the desire of uh, harming someone may never happen because it depends on their karma whether they'll get harmed or no. Similarly, so these desires get only satisfied because of your punya karma. And when one desire will get fulfilled, there'll be another one that'll come up. So
Yes.
if you think of all of that, or for instance, even because I'm going through this pain, the
Mm.
desire to remove this pain, I'm constantly thinking of what do I do next? Which doctor do I meet? Who do I call? So,
Mhm.
uh, even this affliction that is caused because of the pap karma which has come into fruition,
Right.
I think eventually, if you think about it, and then I was thinking of another lecture that I had attended long ago that, you know, that desires essentially, you're wanting a lot of things, but you're trying to fill, an emptiness inside of you. But that emptiness is never gonna get filled. So these desires really, have absolutely no there's going to be no solution to meeting these desires.
Right.
And
And the
and
other
if
other
something
logic
yeah,
that
and
the
if something is going to come to you, it'll automatically come because of your karma. So having
right,
these desires absolutely doesn't make sense. And now that
definitely.
through this reading we are developing the right belief,
Mm.
we should ensure that probably when these desires arise.
So desire does not make sense. That is very good. You have concluded. You can add one more point that the this speed of desire is so big, and
Hmm,
all the materials put
means
together available in the whole universe is
very
just one less than 1%, right? So
right.
nobody's desires is going to be fulfilled anytime. The one more point that you can add up is that when the desire is there, the object is not there. And when the object comes, the desire has gone. There is a mismatch of timing between evolution of desire and getting the things done,
Right.
right? So
Yes.
that also proves that uh, doing desires is futile. And one more point that you already covered, but I want to highlight. The fourth reason is that even whatever we desire, we don't get more than our punya karma.
Huh.
And even if we don't desire, still we will get according to our punya karma, right? So making these desires is futile. So these are the second question. Four reasons, why uh, desires are futile, right? The first question, four kinds of desire that is there in the book. So nothing there. Now coming to the third question, four exposition of how to get rid of desire. Okay. So one obvious answer that we look at across all the discussions that we had in the third chapter is that right belief, right knowledge, and right conduct is the solution. When you manifest right belief, you get rid of first level of desire causing infinite bondage, anantanubandhi, right?
Yes, sir.
So that desire has gone at that point of time. Then, as you practice more discriminative knowledge, your spiritual stages go up, and when you reach the fifth stage, that is, you renounce the second level, second quadruped level of passions, apratyakhana varan kashai, that is the time you get rid of second level of desire, then third level, and then all the desires goes away. Okay. So this is the journey, but this is what I said, right belief is from the Dravyan Yoga. Okay. So now other three expositions are still left that you have to relate to. Charnan Yoga, Karnan Yoga, and Prathman Yoga. Okay. So I would like you to explore what you can think of from these three exposition. Okay. I'll give you some time right now also, and maybe next week also we will connect. At that time, I will give you this answer. But one part of the answer, that is Dravyan Yoga, we had discussed in every karma, in every type of problems, that the right means is to manifest right belief. So this is the answer from Dravyan Yoga. Now, what could be the answer from other three exposition that you think over? And maybe next week I'll solve that question. So I'll give you some time to think over, as Emali has answered today's about the why desires are futile. That was very good answer, but still we will connect to the text and see what else we could think of. Okay, so we'll start reading it. We have not read this topic. So general characteristics of miseries. Okay, and under it, now discussing desire in so detail is so important. Why? Can anybody answer? Roshni.
Because desire is the root cause of akulta or unhappiness.
Very good. Akulta is agitation, helplessness, restlessness, and anxiety. Okay, perturbedness. These are the meanings of akulta in English. Okay, so with desire comes this akulta, and akulta is a characteristic of misery, right? What is the characteristics of misery, and what is the characteristics of happiness? So akulta is the characteristics of misery, and nirakulta, unperturbedness, is the characteristics of bliss, right? So both are opposite. Bliss and misery are opposite, and their characteristics are also opposite. One is akulta, other is nirakulta, unperturbedness, right? So that's why this understanding the nature, the types of desires, the nature of desire, its futility, and the solution is, I think, one of the most important topic to get into the path of liberation. Unless and until we don't know the problem, how we are going to do the solution? Okay, so the root cause of all miseries is this desire, expectations. Okay, so when you know the nature of things, the expectation doesn't arise. Supposing I am living in now a 2 bedroom hall kitchen flat. Now I may desire 5 bedroom, but how does it matter? What impact is going to happen? I'll be always unhappy. And another fellow, he's having only 1 room kitchen, right? So compared to him, I am happier. But because of my desire, I am still miserable, right? So miserable is a state of emotion which crops up due to ignorance, right? So far the ignorance will be there. You will not be able to get rid of these desires, and these desires are because of the ignorance. So once we manifest the right belief, our journey begins. Okay, our journey of happiness, our journey of path of liberation begins. Okay, and that is the time you get rid of delusion. Okay, under the influence of delusion, you are not able to perceive things as they are. Okay, that is the problem. And once this delusion goes away, you are looking at things in right perspective, right? So when your knowledge is right, your belief is right, then automatically the happiness flows, right? But until you don't get rid of this delusion, nothing happens in the path of liberation. So understanding this 4 kinds of desire, its futility, and its application through 4 exposition gives us a detailed understanding of desire. And when we understand the nature of this desire, then automatically we proceed to get rid of it. Okay, and when we get rid of it, of course we become happiness. So our all other knowledge is of no use except this knowledge, how to get rid of miseries. Even I may be a PhD, doctor, CA, MBA, industrialist, whatever you put across as a title. But this knowledge, without understanding this knowledge, you will still be falling prey to this trap of desires. You must be looking at this. startups, success stories of this startup, that they begin with a very modest beginning of, say, very little capital, and they've gone growing, and then big investors coming in to take the stakes, and some Oyo and some Chaiwala and some, lot of stories we heard around that. Now they are worth 6,000 crores and 10,000 crores. And then they sell off those companies, and like rags to riches stories, right? But still, even if they go get 6,000 crores or 10,000 crores, because the desire is there, they are still miserable, right? They are not happy. Even if they are so famous, still they are unhappy. So this problem, first of all, many of the most of the people don't realize what is the problem. And if some people also realize that this is the problem, then the solution is very hard to get. Okay. So we are so fortunate to have this kind of exposure to scriptures, where we are learning the most important and basic things to become happy, which is the object of each and every individual. Whatever we do in terms of effort on a regular basis in our day to day life, in our worldly existence, is also to get rid of, to fulfill those desires, right? So in that sense, if we consider this topic, it's very, very important. So that's why I put up all three questions on desire. So at least maybe I am answering all the questions, but still, when you write it, you try to make it more creative, and you think for different answers. Like last week, I explained you three desires. Then I added today the fourth one, that whatever your punya karma is there, you will always get. Okay. So that was the fourth cause in the list of why desires are futile, right? Similarly, you can also think of, and of course, it could overlap, but anyway, if you think, then your creativeness will evolve and you will enjoy yourself more. Okay. So let's put all these studies, the effort to study the scriptures, as a means to become happy. There is no other purpose. I don't want to increase knowledge for the sake of increasing knowledge. That if someone asks you, how many karmas are there? Yes, I know. How many subdivisions there? Yes, I know. What are the names? Yes, I know. No, that is not going to be of any use in the pursuit of our happiness. But interpreting those knowledge in terms of evolving our happiness is what we are looking at these studies. There is no other purpose. Okay. No certificate, no recognition, nothing. Only one purpose: to be happy in all space. Let's train our knowledge to be happy in all situations. Let's train our knowledge in such a manner that it is able to absorb all that is reflected in the knowledge screen. And object of all three times that is going to reflect on our knowledge are predestined. Okay. As you go to a movie, see a movie, 3 hour movie, and each scenes have been shot and recorded, and what you are seeing is the recording that is unfolding. Now in that situation, you cannot change the sequence. Similarly, our object of knowledge of all three times are predestined. We cannot change the sequence, it will come on its own. Okay. So there your efforts are zero, you cannot do anything. Okay. But you can do one thing at your understanding level, at your mental level. Okay. And by developing that understanding, you can remain in equanimity in all the situation. You can remain in happiness, peace, tranquility, not getting agitated, restless. Anxiety, perturbedness is happiness. We have been used to experience these things. So Acharya, they have no other option to explain you first to realize to make you realize what is perturbedness, what is akulta. Once you realize this akulta, then you will look for the solution. Okay. So I feel this is one of the most important topic. So you should read as many times as you can and then answer for the viva. Okay. So with that note, I think I have covered most of the things, but still there are some good important points which we have not discussed that we are going to just touch now. So first we will do the reading, and Roshni, we begin with you.
Yes, general characteristics of miseries. Now, the general characteristics of all sorts of miseries are being described. The differentia of misery is perturbedness, and the perturbedness is caused by desire. 4 kinds of desires. Many kinds of desires are found in this mundane being. Number 1. One type of desire is of enjoying the objects of senses due to which one wants to know and see. For example, the desire of seeing color, listening to melody, knowing the unknown, etc. arises. No other pain is there, but so long as one does not know and see, he feels extremely perturbed. This type of desire is called carnal desire or Vishay Icha. The second type of desire is of acting according to one's passional emotions, due to which one wants to indulge in actions like that of harming others, humiliating others, etc. Here, no pain is there, but so long as the work is not completed, he remains highly perturbed. This type of desire is called passional desire or Kashai Icha. The third type of desire is of removing those harmful causes which are met with either in the body or are external to the body, owing to the rise of pap karma. For example, on association of disease, ache, hunger, etc., the desire of removing these arises. So here, one believes this is only as to be the anguish. So long as it is not removed, he remains highly perturbed. This type of desire is called the rise of vice or pap. In this way, all Jeev feel unhappy about the rise of the 3 types of desires. This is assuredly misery. The 4th type of desire is produced due to some external cause, because of which one desires to act according to above 3 types of desires. In these 3 types of desires, each type of desire has many varieties. The cause of satisfaction of many varieties of desires are met with due to the rise of punya karma, but their means are not met with simultaneously. That is why, leaving indulgence in one desire, he engages himself in another desire, and afterwards leaves this also and involves himself into another one. As someone has got different kinds of things, out of them he sees any one thing, leaving it starts listening to melody, again leaves it and engages himself in harming others, leaving it starts taking meals or in the act of seeing only, and after seeing one object starts seeing some other object. Similarly, the desire of indulging in various types of activities arises. So this desire is called the rise of punya karma or virtue. The world believes this to be happiness, but this is not happiness. This is misery only, because, firstly, nobody gets the means of satisfying all sorts of desires, and if in some way the resources of fulfilling the desire are met with, then with their availability is not simultaneous. So long as the means of satisfying one desire is not obtained, the perturbedness due to the same continues. And after getting its means, at the same time, the desire of getting the means of another desire arises. Then it causes perturbedness. He does not remain unperturbed, even for a single moment. Therefore, it is nothing but misery. Or he tries somewhat to eradicate the disease in the form of 3 kinds of desires. So the anguish gets somewhat reduced, but the misery is not fully removed. Therefore, it is nothing but misery. In this way, the mundane being suffers from miseries in every respect. Further, it should be known here that the whole world is afflicted by 3 types of desires, And the fourth type of desire is evoked by the rise of punya. And the bondage of punya is caused by engrossment in religious acts. But the jiva engages himself in religious acts only sometimes. Mostly, jiva indulges in sinful acts. Therefore, the fourth type of desire is found in some jiva at some time only. It is to be remembered that from the point of view of jiva having similar desires, the jiva having the fourth type of desire is said to be happy owing to the partial decrease in three types of desires. And in comparison to the jiva having fourth type of desire, the jiva having very intense desire, though found with fourth type of desire, is much more miserable. Someone possesses lot of wealth and desires it too much, then he is very much perturbed. And one who has got less wealth and his desire is also less, then he is less perturbed. Or someone has got the association of disagreeable thing, but has less desire of removing it, then he is less agitated. And someone has the association of agreeable things, but has more desire of enjoying them and of collecting various other things, then that jiva is more agitated. Therefore, it is to be known that happiness or misery are not dependent on external causes, but are governed by desire. It is stated that the infernal hellish beings are unhappy and celestial beings are happy. This is also stated from the desire point of view, because the infernal things have too much desire due to vehement of passions, and the celestial beings have less desire due to feeble passions. Also, human beings and subhuman beings, animals, birds, etc., are happy or unhappy on account of desires only. Owing to intense passions, one who has excessive desire is said to be unhappy, and owing to mild passion, one who has less desire is said to be happy. Spiritually, the anguish only is either more or less, but there is no happiness. The celestial beings, etc., are also believed to be happy. This too is only fallacy. In them, the fourth desire predominates, so they are perturbed. Thus, the desire is caused due to wrong faith, wrong knowledge, and wrong conduct. The desire is full of perturbedness, and the perturbedness is nothing but misery. In this way, all mundane beings are assuredly suffering from different types of miseries.
So this is the summary of what we have already discussed, but I would like to point out one thing. What is the new thing that you discovered from these 3 pages that Roshni read, which is what we have not discussed? One point. Don't point out which is already been discussed, but there is one thing that I would like to highlight here. Only one line. Uh, Anything coming to anybody's mind?
Sir, I'm a bit surprised that celestial beings have
Hmm.
they are less miserable, because even they have desires, right? Are they all they're always engaging in merrymaking and all that kind of thing? So are they also not unhappy?
Yeah. They are also unhappy. They are also unhappy, but
Yeah.
in the worldly existence, we consider that particular celestial beings to be happy than the other three kinds of things. This is from the
Okay.
uh, perspective of a worldly existence, okay, not from the path of liberation. So
Okay.
your happiness or your misery is dependent on the desire and not the external objects. So you may have many good associations in your life, but if your desire is more, you are still miserable. And you may not have anything. Our monks, they don't carry even a single piece of cloth, and they are still happy. So in terms of possession, they have nothing. Because even if they keep possession of one thread of cloth, they are still not the true monks, right? So they are possessionless and still they are happy. So the root cause of all our miseries is desire, and the root cause of all happiness is to get rid of this desire. Okay. Now, getting rid of this desire, I have already put you the third question, uh, wherein you are supposed to discuss four exposition. And one of the exposition has already been put, that once you manifest right belief, the you get rid of the get rid of desires, first level, then second level, that we already discussed. Now the other three exposition, you have to stretch your mind a bit to analyze the answers, right? So that I leave it to you for the next week. Of course, I'm going to answer in the next week, but still then I will give you a chance to think about this. And once you think about this, you have to apply this in all situations. Whenever you apply for exposition in any particular event, you are always in balance, equanimity, happy space. You're not blaming anybody, and you are not suffering also. So I think this kind of balance, if we are able to create in our life, whether it is in our business, profession, relationship, religion, all aspects, bringing up the children, everywhere you need to create that balance. And once you are able to create that balance, automatically you are very calm and peace inside, and it facilitates the flow of bliss, eternal bliss. And it goes on increasing as you practice more, you become more expert, and then a time will come, even afflictions, like in the life of a monk, when the uh, afflictions or cruel torture, upsarg. So one is parisha and one is upsarg. Parisha is self-created, through natural calamities and all, and the upsarg is done by made. Okay, it is done by either man or animals, as we have seen in case of many monks, So in those situations, how they are able to remain calm? Like three Pandavas, five Pandavas were meditating. Out of these, three never got distracted from that their self-absorption, and they got liberated. And the two younger Pandavas, who just had a thought about their elder brothers, about the welfare of their elder brothers, and with that thought, they ended up in celestial being for 33 sagas. So you see, it is so easy to remain engrossed in ourselves, because that is our nature. So nobody stops you from going towards your nature. It is the other way around. When we are trying to pursue those sensual pleasures and other desires, that is where the disappointment comes. And that is where it all depends on your past karmas. Your present effort in any way does not contribute to any success in those. Okay. If you are destined to make, say, 1 billion, you will get the right contacts, the right orders, and the right people in place, and everything will work out. And if you have not that punya karma and pap karma, even you are so successful, you are at the helm of something, but you fall down. As we have seen many a times, from Arshad Mehta to Ketan Parekh, and then recently, not recently, earlier ones, Satyam's Raju, and then more recently the Baijus, they were so into top, they were the chief sponsor of every sporting event, and suddenly they are now bankrupt. Similarly, this Vijay Malia and Nirav Modi and all, many stories, Why? Because this pap and punya is nothing, something where we can do anything. And on the contrary, when you are doing this kind of study, automatically you are binding punya karma without even wanting it, right? So your journey onwards, it's going to be a very, very, I would say, luxurious, the all the big posts like Chakravarti and Indra and all, Tresat Salaka Purush, they only the right believers get it, right? So we are pursuing that passionlessness. At the same time, both the purpose are solved. We are becoming happy also, and in terms of association, we are getting the topmost, the best associations in our life, right? Right now, this book, small book, Moksha Marg Prakashak, is just a key to our happiness. Just reading few pages, understanding it, contemplating it, coming at a conclusion, decision about it, gets you going in the path of happiness. So we are very fortunate. But the one line that I would like to highlight, which I just asked you now, is this paragraph. Further, it should be known, okay, here, that the whole world is afflicted by these three types of desires. Okay, so desire for sensual pleasures, desires to act according to one's passional emotions, and the third desire is to get rid of pap karmas. Okay, and the fourth type of desire, that is punya, is evolved on the rise of punya and the bondage of punya. Now here I want to highlight, bondage of punya is caused by engrossment in religious acts. And practically what people do, they leave religion for the sake of those sensual pleasures, money, fame. I don't have time. I don't have time to do this Paramagam honors course. Why? Because I have so much order spending and I'm not able to manage and these and that. But here you should understand this, that the bondage of punya is caused by engrossment in religious acts. You have to get up in the morning and go to the temple. This is our essential activity of a householder. When you become monk, you are not supposed to go to the temple in the first place, because you have already eliminated 3 levels of passion. You are always in the happy state. So when the 6 essentials of a monk were being discussed, the Dev Puja was not the first one. Okay. Stuti, Vandana, Praischit, all these are essentials of a monk. But when the essentials of a householder were considered, Dev Puja, Guru Upasana, Swadhyay, Sanyam, Tap, and Dan. These are something that we need to practice every day. Okay. So you act according to what has been prescribed in the scriptures by the omniscience, and everything else will happen automatically. And you discard this, you avoid this, you don't give importance to this, and do all the things that you have in your mind with your intelligence, but nothing is going to work beyond your punya karma. And if you consider the karnani yoga, on the contrary, when you are ignoring Dev Shastra Guru, you automatically are getting into, even your punya is reducing. There is a 4 types of situations in the karma: Utkarshan, Apkarshan, Sankraman, and Udina. Utkarshan is increasing, Apkarshan is decreasing, then Sankraman is conversion. With some of your manifestations, your pap karma gets converted to punya karma. That much is the power of your sentiments, manifestations. Okay. And with some kind of manifestation, you convert punya into pap. Like these celestial beings, at the end, when their time comes near their death, they are in so much of stress and anxiety that they bind such karmas that they end up into one-sensed being. Okay. So the bondage of punya is caused by engrossment in religious acts. But the jiva, okay, normal jiva, engages himself in religious acts only sometimes. How many hours a day you read Jinwani? Apart from the day we have class. So when we have class, if you are attending the class, already your 2 hours study is done. But apart from that, how many hours a day you put in? You ask yourself, each one asks yourself. You don't want to answer. I don't want any answer. But just consider why. And we are still the privileged one. But consider the other people of our religion. How much they are putting in efforts to study Jinwani. No time, no time, no time. They are so busy. But your busyness in those objects to get more money is dependent on punya karma. And the highest level of punya karma you get only by doing swadhyay. Swadhyay is considered to be the topmost austerity. Because with swadhyay only you are able to understand the other austerities, right? So that's why swadhyay is considered to be the param tap. Okay. And how much time do people spend in swadhyay, right? So this is not the question for you. This is the general question which is applicable to those people who are not doing studies, right? You have done the you have chosen the best of options that is available right now, and so I always applaud your efforts. But you just consider the overall situation. But the jiva engages himself in religious acts only sometimes. Mostly, jiva indulges in sinful acts. Therefore, the fourth type of desire is found in some jivas at some times only. Now, why in some jivas and sometimes only? Okay, again we go back to that logic that our maximum time is spent in nigod, lowest form of creature, one sensed being. Okay, and then the other types of one sensed beings. So maximum time is there. The whole 2 cents to 5 cents with mind is only a very, very small fraction of all the time that we have been here since time immemorial. Okay. So Todamalji, with this line, the fourth type of desire is found in some jivas at some times only. Some jivas, very few have this kind of auspicious rise of karma that they get access to these kind of things. Otherwise, all the time, our whole human life, if you put in, it's very small. It's not just like a blink. The overall picture, if you see, it's just a blink. Our whole Manushya of 60, 70, 80, 90 years, and that also with good health, right? So this is all very rare things. So the idea is to take time out one day, do whole the research on this topic, and you will be able to make the right choices. You'll be able to make the right decisions at the right time, and your life will become blissful. So this is something that we need to do buddhi purvak, intentionally, purposely. Okay, this is what we can do in terms of efforts. So this is one thing that I wanted to highlight, and one more thing uh, which I would like to highlight. I think everything else though has been discussed. Uh, mm, the last part, yeah, there. Uh, Therefore, page number 98, yeah, this one. Uh, it was there, last 2 lines of the first paragraph. Therefore, it is to be known that happiness or miseries are not dependent on external causes, but are governed by desire. Okay, and then the further discussion that internal beings are happy and celestial beings are happy. So celestial beings are happy in comparison to the hellish beings and the subhuman state and the human state. That is also stated from the desire point of view, because the infernal beings have too much desire due to vehement passions. Vehement means intense, tivra kashai. And the celestial beings have less desire compared to infernal beings, right? Due to feeble passions. Also, the human beings and subhuman beings are happy or unhappy on account of desires only. Owing to intense passion, one who has excessive desire is said to be unhappy, and owing to mild passion, one has less desire is said to be happy. Spiritually, the anguish only is either more or less, but there is no happiness. Now, the fact, even celestial beings are considered happy, but it is just the anguish that is more or less, but there is no happiness. There is no happiness in worldly existence. It is only when you get into the path of liberation that the journey of true happiness, true bliss starts. Okay? These sensual pleasures are not true happiness. Why? Because they all come with perturbedness. Okay? So this is all futile. There is no happiness. The celestial beings, etc. etc. means celestial beings and human are also believed to be happy. These two is only fallacy, not the truth. In them, the fourth desire predominates, punya. So they are perturbed. Okay. In fact, the celestial beings are predominantly having which passion? Out of the four major passions, which major passion?
So greed,
Greed. Very good. Humans?
possession,
Pride.
pride, yeah.
Four major passions.
Hmm.
Subhuman?
Is it hunger?
Subhuman, which is the passions, four major passions, you tell me first. Krodh,
Maya,
Man,
sir.
Maya, Lobh. Yes, Maya. And infernal beings?
Anger.
Yes,
Krodh.
anger. Anger is only left, right? Yeah. So these four passions, each state of existence has predominance. Okay. Similarly, there are four sangya. Sangya means again desire. Okay. Sangya has got many meanings. Sangya means name. Sangya means desire. Sangya means something else also. But here we are considering again desire. Sangya. Four types of sangya. Ahar sangya, bhai sangya, maithun sangya, parigrah sangya. Right. Ahar is food. So, which state of existence has this desire of food as predominance?
Sir, animal
Common
kingdom.
sense.
Three.
Subhuman, yeah. Subhuman state, right? Right. Then, what the humans have predominance of?
Possession.
Sex. Maithun Sangya.
Oh.
Then, what else is left? Ahar, Maithun, Parigrah. Dev, celestial beings have predominance of this possessions. They see that other Dev has got so many apsaras. So they are always jealous of one another. So there is the predominance of possessions. And Ahar, Bhai, infernal beings. Always in uh, what do you call Bhai? Fear. Okay, always in fear. The moment one stops attacking, the other one start attacking. The moment that stops, the other one, they all the time are fighting. Not for a single moment they are relaxed. Such a state of hellish being. So all these are predominance. Okay, it's not that only the human have sex passion, even animals also have. But the animals have predominance of food over this sex passion, and human have this predominance. Okay, so you see the celestial beings and all we discussed. So celestial beings are also believed to be happy. These two is only fallacy. In them, the fourth desire predominates. So they are perturbed. Thus, the desire is caused due to wrong faith, wrong knowledge, and wrong conduct. Okay. So here my question comes of four exposition. Here the Todermalji has said very specifically that wrong faith. Okay. But I would like to you to correlate with other three exposition also, so that your firmness in this logic from Dravya Yoga is established. Okay, you become steadfast. So that's why the discussion on the other three exposition is also required have to complete the picture. Otherwise, Todermalji has very rightly said, and this is what we have to do in terms of solution. The desire is full of perturbedness, and perturbedness is nothing but misery. In this way, all mundane beings are assuredly suffering from different types of miseries. Okay, so the desire is full of perturbedness, and the perturbedness is nothing but misery. A is equal to B, B is equal to C. Therefore, A is equal to C, right? So we can say, therefore, desire is equal to misery. Agreed? All of you
Yes,
agreed?
sir.
Okay, very good. I think you have done one of the best understanding in terms of our getting into the path of liberation. Now we move on to the last topic on this chapter, bliss of liberation, the means of its attainment. Okay, so here I'll just explain the whole in just few minutes. The idea is that unless and until you get liberated, the misery still continues. Okay, so first you will get rid of the four obscuring karmas, ghati karma, and you attend Aryantavastha, and then the other four agati karmas also get uh, destroyed, and you manifest, you get liberated. So liberation is the only state that is desired to become fully happy, permanently happy. Okay, there is no other shortcut. So we are studying this to get into this path of liberation and ultimately get liberated. That is what is the full stop of all our miseries in this mundane existence. Okay, so like when we were under the British rule, and Gandhiji and Netaji and other our leaders, they thought of getting independent. So all the time, 24 hours in their mind, they were just planning to get liberated, planning to get liberated. Okay, and each one did things according to his own understanding and the efforts that he thought would be the right to get liberated. Okay, similarly, to get liberated, that should be our objective in this life. And that is why we have got this human life. We have got a rise of auspicious karma to do this job only and get the permanent solution. Otherwise, if you do good things, you go and donate money to feed up stray dogs, you help in Jeev Daya, and you help stop abattoirs for 8 days. You do many things. You will get punya karma, no problem, but you will still in this worldly existence. And this is an outlet window that you have got to get rid of this cycle of transmigration, birth and death, birth and death. Okay, so this is what is being explained here. They will state each karma, that because of jnana vada karma these things are happening, but now there is no body, so no problem. Everywhere no body, no problem, no karma, because all karmas have been destroyed. That is being discussed. So we'll just read it out, and hopefully you will understand also with the introduction that I have given. So bliss of liberation and the means of its attainment. Soumya, you read.
Bliss of liberation and the means of its attainment. Now, those jivas who want to get rid of misery should make effort to root out desire. And the desire gets rooted out only then when wrong faith, wrong knowledge, and wrong conduct, that is, incontinence, are destroyed, and the right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct are attained. It is therefore worthwhile to make effort for achieving this only. By making such effort, the misery gets destroyed in the same measure in which desire gets rooted out. And when, due to total extermination of moha, delusion, all desires are destroyed,
One
then
minute,
all.
1 minute, 1 minute, stop, 1 minute. Just now you read this line, no? Okay. Uh, mm, where it was. Just I would. It is worthwhile to make efforts for achieving the only by making such effort, the misery gets destroyed in the same measure in which the desire gets rooted out. So here you have to
Yes,
put that four levels. Anantanubandhi, Apratyakhyan, Pratyakyan, and Sanjadan. Okay?
yes, sir.
Got it? Got it now? Now continue.
And when due to total extermination of moh delusion, all desires are destroyed, then all sorts of miseries get destroyed. Then all sorts of miseries get destroyed and real bliss is evolved. And when Jnanavarn, Darshanavarn, and Antaraya karmas are destroyed, then the desire causing Kshayopshamik Jnana, Gyan Darshan, and Virya also come to an end, and infinite knowledge, perception, and energy are attained. And after lapse of some time, the Aghati karmas also get destroyed. Then the external causes of desire also get destroyed. Because after eradication of moh, these Aghati karmas are not capable of producing any desire at any time. These become causes only these become causes only in existence of moha. Therefore, these aghati karmas are said to be causes. On their destruction, the jiva attains siddhahood, liberated state of the soul. There being the total absence of sorrow and causes of sorrow, the emancipated souls always remain situated in the state of fearless, irrevocable, supreme bliss for infinite time. The same is being explained. Absence of miseries in the liberated state. In the state of Shaupsham and Uday, rise of Jnanavaran and Darshanavaran karmas, being overpowered by moha, deluding karma, and due to the desire of seeing and knowing each and every item, the soul becomes extremely perturbed. Now, in Siddha state, misery also ends. And due to Kshaya, that is destruction of Jnanavaran and Darshanavaran karmas, all objects of all senses are being known together. Hence, the cause of misery is also removed. For example, one wanted to see every object one after the other through eyes. Now he sees all colors of the whole universe and all the times, past, present, and future simultaneously. None remains unseen for which the desire of seeing may arise. Similarly, mundane being wanted, mundane being wanted to know each object one by one through the touch and other senses. Now he knows all sorts of touch, taste, order, and words of this whole universe and of all times, present, past, and future simultaneously. Nothing remains unattained for which the desire of attaining may arise. Question: how would it be feasible to know without the body, etc.? Answer: in the presence of sensory knowledge, one was able to know the objects without physical senses, etc. Now, such characteristic got manifested that even without physical senses, knowing of objects takes place. Question: in Siddha state, knowing would be taking place in the same manner as the mundane beings know the touch, etc., through mind, and would not be in the manner in which the mundane beings know through touch and tongue, etc. Answer: it is not so. Because on remembering, etc., through mind, one knows a little indistinctively. As in the mundane state, one knows clearly the touch, taste, etc., through the sense of touch, tongue, etc., by touching, taking, taste, smelling, seeing, and hearing, even infinite times more clear than that is known here in Siddha state. The difference is only this much, that there is mundane state one used to know on getting contact between senses and the objects, whereas here in the Siddha state, similar knowing takes place in spite of the objects remaining far off. This is the excellence of power of knowledge. Further, he, the mundane rational being, wanted to know some objects of past, future, and the unmanifested through the mind. Now, in the Siddha state, he knows the substance, place, time, and dispositions of all kinds of substances simultaneously from beginningless to endless period. Nothing remains unknown for which the desire of knowing may arise. In this way, one should know the absence of misery and its causes in the Siddha state. Further, in mundane state, owing to the rise of moha, deluding karma, perverse belief, and the passional dispositions used to arise, all those got totally destroyed in the Siddha state. Consequently, the misery also ended, and because the causes of these misbelief and passions are destroyed, therefore the causes of misery have also got destroyed. The absence of those causes is being explained here. On having realized, known the true nature of all the substances, how can there remain the perverse belief of the form of disbelief in tattvas? Nothing remains harmful. The censurer himself gets harmed. On whom should he Siddha becomes angry? None is higher than Siddhas. The Lord Indra, etc., themselves bow to them and achieve the desired object. With whom should he feel exalted? All destiny is known. Nothing is left undone. So purpose remains with any object in which things should he have greed. No other agreeable thing remains unattained, due to what reason should he indulge in laughter? No other agreeable object remains loving. Where should he have liking? No distress causing external association remains. Where should he have disliking? No favorable disfavorable association dissociation take place. Why should he feel lamentation about anything? No cause creating harm remains. Why should he have fear from anything? All things are cognized by him with their inherent characteristics. Nothing is disagreeable to him. Where should he have disgust? Due to the absence of sexual affliction, no purpose remains of cohabiting with women and men both. What for should he feel the sex passion peculiar to men, women, or Thus, in Siddha state, there is total absence of the causes producing moha. Further, because of feeble power due to the rise of antaraya obstructing karma, the soul's energy was not manifested fully. Now it is destroyed. So the misery also gets destroyed. And infinite energy of the soul is manifested, hence the cause of misery has also disappeared. Question: the Siddha gods do not perform the acts of charity, benefit, enjoyment, re-enjoyment. How has their power got manifested? Answer: these acts were the treatment of the disease. When there is no disease, why should one take treatment? Hence, there is no existence of these acts, and the karmas obstructing these acts got destroyed. That is why the power is said to have got manifested. For example, someone wanted to go somewhere. Some other person obstructed him. Then he was unhappy, and when the obstruction is removed, then the purpose for which he wanted to go is now no more. Therefore, he did not go. There, even without his going, the power of going is said to be manifested. Similarly, one should know here also. Further, they are found possessing infinite energy in the form of infinite knowledge, etc. Further, on getting the rise of inauspicious prakritis of aghati karmas, non-destructive karmas, he, the
Stop,
mundane
stop.
being,
Uh, Stop. Let me explain this. So, four destructive karmas have been explained, and in Mohniya karma also, the Charitra Mohniya, all the passions each has been discussed. The underlying thing, all the cause is there is no pain, there is no misery. Body was there along with the soul, so were all the karmas also there. Now all the karmas have been destroyed. Dravya karma has been destroyed, bhav karma has been destroyed, and no karma has been destroyed. So when the soul is devoid of all three types of karma, there is no cause remaining to make you miserable. Okay. Yeah, you can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah. So
But
my
your voice
So
is
you
breaking, sir. Your
my
voice.
internet connection goes off. In between also it was going off while Somya was reading, but again it is reconnecting also. So you see, these four destructive karmas have been discussed. Now we are going to discuss what is happening, what was happening with the four agati karmas, okay, non-obscuring, non-destructive karmas. And now just because you have got liberated, so those karmas are not able to manifest misery in any way. Okay. So after all, agati karmas with non-destructive karmas, they are still not harming the soul anytime. But when the mo is there, along with the mo, all those four non-destructive karmas also become destructive, as we will see here in the explanation. So now, Himali, you continue further on getting from there. Yeah.
Further, on getting the rise of inauspicious prakritis of agati karma, which is non-destructive karma, he, the mundane being, was feeling distressed. And on getting the rise of auspicious punya prakritis, was feeling happiness, but in spiritual sense, due to the perturbedness, all that was anguish only. Now, in Siddha state, due to the destruction of moha, which is deluding karma, on getting all sorts of perturbedness rooted out, the anguish of all kinds is destroyed. And the causes by which he was feeling distressed got destroyed. And due to certain reasons, because of some lessening in misery, he was feeling happiness. Now the misery is rooted out. Therefore, there remains no necessity of the means of treatment of misery by which he, the Siddha Lord, may like to accomplish the purpose. Its accomplishment is taking place on its own. The details of the same are explained here.
Continue.
In Vednya, due to the rise of asata, the disease, hunger, etc., used to evolve in the body as cause of anguish. Now, in Siddha state, since there is no corporeal body, where would these generate? Moreover, the fever, etc., were the causes of harmful state of body. But now, in Siddha state, without body, where would the causes remain? And in the mundane life, the external harmful instrumental causes were associated. But now, nothing disagreeable remains for them. In this way, in Siddhahood, the causes of misery have ended. And due to the rise of Sata, the medicines, food, etc., were the causes of mitigating somewhat misery. Now, in Siddha state, their purpose does not remain, and the agreeable purposes are not dependent on anything. Therefore, externally also, there remains no purpose of considering friends, etc., to be beneficial. In the mundane state, he wanted to end misery by means of them and wanted to obtain agreeable state. But now, in Siddha state, all misery has ended and everything agreeable has been obtained. And in the mundane state, birth and death were caused due to Ayu karma. There, one used to feel anguish due to death, but now he has attained an immortal state. Hence, there remains no cause of anguish. Further, by holding the material vitalities, he used to feel happiness in the mundane state for quite a long period by keeping alive and dying. There also, in the hellish life, due to intensity of agonies, he did not want to survive. But now, in the Siddha state, he keeps alive forever by his sentient vitality, even without having material vitalities, and there remains even no trace of anguish. Further, in mundane existence, due to name karma, on association of inauspicious gati, condition of existence, and jati, etc., he used to feel anguish. But now, in Siddha state, all these have ended. wherefrom now anguish arise. And on association of auspicious jati, etc., by reduction of some misery, he used to feel happy. But now, in Siddha state, even without all these, all miseries have ended and absolute happiness has been manifested. Therefore, no purpose remains with them. And on getting birth in low status family due to instrumental cause of both the karma, he used to feel misery. Now, in Siddha state, owing to its absence, there remains no cause of misery. And on getting birth in a high status family, he used to feel happiness. But now in Siddha state, even without having the high status family, he has attained the highest status worshipable by three worlds. In this way, in Siddha gods, due to the destruction, shedding off, of all kinds of karmas, all miseries have ended. The characteristics of misery is perturbedness, and perturbedness is caused only when desires arise. But now in Siddha state, the desire and the cause of desire have totally ended. Therefore, by becoming stoical, one experiences infinite bliss, devoid of all miseries, because imperturbedness only is the characteristic of bliss. In the world also, everyone believes happiness by somehow becoming imperturbed. Why should not one believe full happiness to arise when one becomes totally unperturbed? Thus, on attaining the Siddhahood, by means of right belief, etc., all kinds of miseries end and infinite bliss manifests. Now, here the sermon is given. O Bhavya, O brother, think yourself as to the worldly miseries described here are experienced by you or not, and whatever means you adopt to remove them are false or not, and also ponder over whether happiness is caused or not on attaining Siddhahood. If you believe in whatever is stated above, then adopt those measures which we have suggested for getting release from mundane existence and obtaining Siddhahood. Don't delay. By adopting these measures, you will achieve self-benefaction. Thus ends the third chapter describing the miseries of mundane existence and bliss of liberation in Mokshmaya Prakashan, named Shastra.
So now my question is, Todarmalji explained us first the miseries and then the solution. That only solution is you get liberated. So do you all feel that we should get liberated, or still we are enjoying this transmigration?
No, sir, we should get liberated.
How fast? How fast you want to get liberated?
So without any further delay.
Immediately, right?
Try.
Immediately.
Yes.
If I am getting liberated next moment, I want it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So maybe we will get liberated when the right time comes. But understanding this, feel yourself to be liberated right now. The pure soul is not bound by any karmas or any obstacles or any material, nothing. It's in liberated state every now and then. That's why he said, Siddh Saman Sada Pango. We are just like Siddhas. If you consider yourself to be your soul, then you should consider yourself to be liberated. Because no things have guide us. We are always pure, even when we were in versus being, or we were in subhuman state, whichever state we were being, we were all complete pure. Nothing remains to be done in the soul. Only thing that misery and other things, the modification wants to get pure. But I myself as a soul
Sir,
want to get
sir, your voice is breaking, sir. We are
liberated
not able.
also. I know there is internet problem, but it
At
keeps
present, we
on
are unable to
coming and
understand
going. I
anything,
don't
sir,
know.
because
How
your
many minutes?
uh, 10 more minutes, sir.
Since how many minutes you have missed?
This
How many
So,
minutes?
from
so
the
just this last explanation, sir. But I think what
Hmm.
you're saying is that we can't delay
Hmm.
you know, thinking and believing
Right.
like a siddha.
So the discussion was on that we want to get liberated immediately. But again, that is not in our hand. Okay. So we will get liberated at the right time. We will get right belief at the right time. We will manifest omniscience knowledge also at the right time. But having said that, right now, what we should believe ourselves to be, we are just like Siddh Bhagwan, devoid of all three karmas. Siddh Saman Sada Pad Mero. Getting it? You just keep responding, so I continue. Otherwise, I don't know where I'm
Yes,
losing the
sir.
context.
yes, sir.
Yeah, so you just after every sentence you said okay, okay, okay. One of you, no problem.
Yeah.
So Sid Saman Sadapad Mero. So the Acharyas have considered ourselves to be as good as Sid Saman, Sid Saman, just like Siddhas. Just like Siddhas are liberated soul, we should consider ourselves as liberated souls only, as a pure soul, right?
Yes.
From the
Yes.
perspective of modification, the miseries are there, the toxic emotions are there. We are not denying that. But from the substance point of view, we are just like Siddha Bhagwan. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So from here, we are able to make a comparison with Siddha Bhagwan and Aryant Bhagwan. And as a soul, from the substance point of view, we are all in the same category. Okay. But as far as modification is concerned, they have completely manifested all their infinite attributes and they are completely pure now. And we are still in the transmigration phase and we have impurities in the modification. But that impurities are also going to go away gradually as we walk in the path of liberation from 4th to 14th stage. Okay. But having uh, we will be of course going through that journey, but that whole journey we are not the doer. As a soul, we are settling everything right now. Since I am the pure soul, I am complete in myself. So as a soul, I don't want to get liberated, and as a soul I have no bondages. I am always mukt. So this is the perspective that you should consider yourself in every situation. Just as Siddh Bhagavan is knowing Lokalok, the whole universe, we are also knower only, just like Siddh Bhagavan. And he is knowing Lokalok, we are knowing according to our capacity, right? Present capacity of our knowledge attribute, right? But that doesn't make a difference how much we know. The main similarity is that his substance and attributes are completely pure and our substance and attributes are completely pure. So you might have a question that we have not manifested omniscience knowledge, so how our knowledge attribute is pure? As a potential, as an attribute, we are complete. Only the manifestation is remaining. That is there, that we agree. But now we are not looking at that manifestation. We are looking at the pure substance. So long you keep on looking at this Dhruv, pure substance, pure soul, Trikali Dhruv, Bhagwan Atma, right? That so long you see yourself to be that, you keep on enjoying. Your journey goes on. Although there are impurities in the modification, but that impurities in the modification has not entered the substance. And I am the substance. Okay. So irrespective at the height of passions, Krodh, Man, Maya, Lobh, these, that happening all the time, I am complete in myself at that point of time. When you are scolding at the top of your voice to somebody, your employee, this, that, the same time you are complete in yourself. If you are able to bring in that perspective in your day-to-day life, in whatever situation, whatever process you are always complete in yourself. Just believe in yourself and you will become complete in modification also. The modification, the impurities in the modification will only go away when you consider yourself to be complete and you look yourself to be complete. Okay, so with your connection to yourself, the whole journey will be traveled, no problem. Just the journey that we are traveling, there are no hindrances, it's just one straight path. Okay, so of course there are hindrances at the modification level, but that is not what we are looking at. We are looking at the substance, and from the substance point of view, we are always complete in ourselves. We are always house of infinite attributes, and uh, with that establishment of identity of ourselves, we see no problems. Okay, so in this way only we have to connect to ourselves all the time. In whatever situations you encounter, you have to believe in your completeness. Your attribute doesn't go away even when we were in one sensed being, right? Not a single karma has entered us. We have been there since time immemorial, and karma was also there since time immemorial, but not a single particle atom of karma has entered our space. Okay, so rejoice, believe in yourself, complete in yourself, fully secured, never no insecurity, and based on that, whatever impurities and shortcomings are there in the modification, that will go away. Okay, so now you know the chief problem, the desire. Okay, I'll end up with one example. Just 4 minutes left. There was this automatic factory, fully automatic factory. One side the raw materials you put in, and the other side the whole process goes on, and you get the finished product. Okay, so this was an automatic factory. Every day the production was very good, the demand was very good, and he was making profit of 10 lakhs rupees per day. One day the machine stopped, and since it was fully automatic, there is no way you could know where the problem is, right? So he was worried, and he started looking for this mechanic who could repair this machine. So of course this machine is so automatic, though there will be some very good experts only who can do that. So he went for searching. Somebody said, this much, 1 lakh I will take. Okay, you come. But he was not able to solve the problem. Then somebody referred to him that this person will be able to, he's the expert. So I went to him. So he said, okay, this is my machine, this is the problem. I said, okay, so let's come repair it. Okay, no. Well, why? First you pay me. So how much fees? So 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs? Everyone is charging 1 lakh. Well, that is solve them. But of course, he knows that nobody would have been able to solve the problem. So he was in so dire need. The production loss was there. The profit per day is 10 lakhs. So already 2-3 days has gone in experimenting. So he said, okay, you come. Okay, no, you first pay. So nowadays we do GPay and all. So immediately transferred 10 lakhs. And then he came, he saw the machine, and he took a hammer and put a tuck at one place, and the machine started. So that owner says that just putting one hammer, you are charging 10 lakhs. He said, no, it's not putting the hammer. It's about where do you put in. That is the charge. 10 lakhs is for that. You know. Similarly, we have been suffering from miseries, but we should know the root cause, and from there the repairing should be done, right? So with this all analysis Todarmalji has done, he has given us the chief cause of all our miseries. Okay, what is the chief cause of all miseries? Now I am asking in a different manner, and you should not give the answer according to the discussions we did, but I want an overall answer. Yeah, Hemali.
So desires.
Jia. Jia is there or she is left? No, she is not there. Then Roshni,
Icha.
desire is not the answer that I am looking at. Now you say suggest another answer.
Wrong belief, wrong conduct, wrong knowledge.
Yes. So overall, wrong belief, delusion is the chief cause. And under the influence of delusion, we come to this desires. Okay. So then desire, of course. And then the whole connection leading to misery. Okay. So Totalology explained everything. And what is this wrong belief and wrong knowledge and wrong conduct? That we are going to study in the fourth chapter. Okay. Here, Totalmaji tried to analyze our chief causes of miseries and tried to present a solution that you get liberated. That is the only solution. And for getting liberated, the journey starts with right belief, right knowledge, and right conduct. And this is called the path of liberation. And the result of this path of liberation, you get liberated. Okay. So with this note, we end. Now, during Das Lakshan, how you are placed, we will continue with our class, or if you want, I can take 45 minutes every day during the Das Lakshar, so that those who are not able to connect to the temple, go to the temple, those who are not residing near the temple, uh, how many are ready for that? Or we will still continue. If we are continuing with our classes regularly, then also I don't mind. But the way we are discussing things, I need some more time to complete the syllabus. So I would like to have one class during the Das Lakshan of 2 hours. Maybe that day I will also not go to the temple. But of course, you can go straight away in the morning and come back, just as now I did today. Okay. So, uh, what is your suggestion? You only tell.
Sir,
Oh,
I
we
like
Sir,
the idea of 45 minutes, but as long as it's at the same time. So today you started at 8 Indian time. That time works for me. But if you do
Okay.
that in the evening, it won't work for me. Just
Because you
because,
go to the temple. Yeah. Right?
yeah, and we have a 12-hour difference.
Yeah, I know. Okay. What about Indian students?
8 a.m. works for me, sir.
8 a.m. works for me too, sir.
Somya won't work, right?
yeah, sir, we won't be able to join, sir, because we will be going to the
Hmm.
temple.
Okay. Who else? Pratibhaji, how you are placed at 8 a.m.?
That's fine with us.
You're fine?
Yeah, 8 a.m. is fine. That's in the evening for us. So, but
Your
it's
will be
going to be
evening.
every day, or we just going to do like a regular time?
So if we are doing 2 hours class, then I think Saturday is fine. So only on
Yes,
Saturday we
Saturday
will.
is fine for 2 hours class at this time is fine.
So everyone is fine with Saturday, one Saturday only.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
That-
Soumya, you have to catch
Yes.
up on recording, okay?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Because
Okay.
compared to the Hindi classes that are going on, we are already behind, and I do understand English a bit difficult to explain, so I have to explain more. But nevertheless, so we will. I'm also continuing the classes in Hindi also, okay? So uh, apart from Soumya, all are good, right?
Yeah.
8:30 to
Yes, sir.
10:30 every Saturday as usual.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so that is what we are going to do. And every day, if something comes up for every day, which will not be, of course, our Parmadam topic, it will be a general discussion. We are planning to do something on right belief from 4 expositions. So let me see if that works out, then I will inform you. So that will be an optional class, those who want to attend. If not, fine. Okay. But this Saturday class will continue during the Das Lakshan also. Okay. So that is fine and settled. And all the best for the Das Lakshans. and all the best to always for our spiritual pursuits. Okay. निज निधि
Thank you,
निज
sir.
में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है 9 times नमोकार मंत्र. बोलो दात सांगी जिनवाणी माता की जय.
Yes.
Jai.
Soumya and Hemali, just help me. I'm not getting this option of stopping the live YouTube. So I should end the meeting. It will automatically stop.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir. It will.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Jai Janandra.
Jai Jai.
Chinendu, sir.
Jai
Jai
Jinendra, thank
Virendra
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.